Jake said, how could we be raised in the same house and see things so different?
My kids have said the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. And with Grayson, I find, I have to, the emotional part. And I've told people, and I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this. For me as a father, it was tougher on me emotionally raising Grayson than it was raising Jake.
Absolutely.
It was tougher on me. And I had a harder time with it. Like I said, I love both my kids.
But you don't know what to do sometimes.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Had no idea, Brother John. There were times I would just throw my hands up to God and say, God, you're going to have to handle this. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Yes, sir.
I think with daughters, sometimes you just have to shut up.
Yes.
And be quiet.
Yes.
I mean, and my wife has explained that to me. She said that you just need to shut up, because I'll get to talking sometimes and sharing, and I've gotten all kinds of trouble before. But doing that,
sir.
But I try to. Now, me and my son and I, we have almost fist fought.
Right.
I mean, I've told him, if you say one more word, I'm gonna get up out of this chair and I'm gonna cold cock you.
Oh, yeah.
And we would get. And the biggest thing that me and him would have a problem with is he would interrupt me.
Right.
When I'm talking.
Right.
And he does that. He would interrupt me when I'm not finished. Just because I stop and take a breath, don't mean I'm done talking.
Exactly.
And we would but I mean, with my family, I love them, and we're all close. 2 of my kids live within sight of my house, and grandkids come, but I mean, it's so different with girls and boys that it's fascinating. But it all comes back to that relationship of that father and how different it is than the relationship of the mother. But it's a different point.
It is. And it's so funny you brought that up. Like Carlene, her connection with Jake, she loves, like I said, both of our kids the same. But now she will have way more mercy in areas for Jake than I would.
Right.
And I will have way more mercy for Grayson in areas than she would.
Right.
And I guess that's kind of the way God did to balance it out, or the way it is. But, I guess that's where Carlene, being a woman, understands what Grayson's going through and understands what Grayson needs to do better than I do. Yeah. And I there's that part of me that looks at Grayson, with the same eyes of love that you do any female, your wife and companion. And so I will have a lot more mercy for Grayson. And sometimes when Grayson will just sit down and she'll want to talk. Yeah. And I mean, when she gets deep, she gets deep. Jake, he don't want to talk about nothing but fishing, hunting. Right. And so I found out with Jake, you got to talk about what you want to, what Jake wants to talk about. Right. But Jake's conversations they're smooth. Right. They're easy because we're guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Grayson's asking me about quantum physics and the different levels of heaven and all these different things that even I can't answer. And she's blowing my mind sometimes.
Yeah. I think it's, man, when we think about raising kids and doing that, I mean, I think it's great. All right, so we've talked about some different things: marriage, family. All right, let's talk about something. Let's talk about money.
Yes.
Okay, now money is important.
Yes,
okay,
it is.
It's hard to make it without it. Okay, money's important. But and I know from a ministry point, when we talk about keys and nuggets that will help you financially. I know we should pay our tithes and we should give in the offering and we should help in missions. I got that, man.
Yes, sir.
But I know some people that have paid their tithes, gave in the offering, but still live a life of destitute and always barely making it through.
Yes.
So you're not there. You've done well. You and Carlene have done well. You've planned. I feel like with all of my heart, you get your power bill paid, your water bill paid, you get to buy groceries. I feel like that's okay. All right. I had a man tell me one time, he said, I'm praying God will move for me financially. And I don't know why he won't.